You want to make $1 million Dosh in under 10 minutes? You're either grinding the wrong life or you haven't watched this video yet. Hey everyone, it's Abdallah here, and today I'm going to teach you how to completely break the bank in Fantasy Life I, the Girl Who Stole Time. Now, whether you're just starting out or deep into your adventure, this money-making method will have you rolling in Dosh faster than you can say Life Master. So grab your gear, pick up the right life, and let's make you fantasy world rich fast. Alright, so let's talk about two things. First off, we're going to show you guys exactly how to make a lot of money early on in the game when you don't have access to your own guild shop and Marco's shop on your main island. And then we're going to go into, well, how do we make the most money possible once you have those accessed? So starting off right over here, the best way to make money in the game, of course, is just by battling enemies throughout the main story. But, as you know, they drop all sorts of weapons and tools along the way. Now, before going into selling them, you can easily go through and optimize, equip all your characters, equip all your different lives with the materials that you want. But when it comes to going through all of the different extras, head on over here and then literally sort them by rank. You could sort them by type, and then just literally checkmark every single one of the items that you do not need within the game. Yes, you may need, what, 4 different bows or 4 different swords to equip your 3 buddies or whatnot. Go for it. But remember, if you're going to be playing this game in the long run, you probably will be able to craft something that's going to be a lot better than what these drops are. So I would highly suggest going through this way, finding all the stuff that you're actually not using, and the things that your buddies don't have equipped, and then jump in and yeah, literally go through and sell all of them. You can see over here, just by selling all the different weapons that I don't need, that's over 200,000 Dosh that we are just going to get. That's not even going through all of the different tools that I have floating around over here. So adding through all these different tools, you can see over here, I'm just paging down. Obviously ones that are equipped you cannot do. So go over here, you'll see that you can easily get so much money because by doing a whole bunch of quests, knocking down trees, sometimes enemies drop these different things, Blue Devil's hammers, look at that. We already have about 300,000 that we can easily sell at any time to boost our numbers and gain money very, very early on in the game. All right, so go ahead and sell all that stuff, make your money. The next thing that we want to do is talk about crafting and selling. Now, we all know that it obviously makes sense to go over to any of these crafting items, like the 5-star, for example. If you craft it really well and you have a very, very high crafting stat, you can easily make a top-notch version of this and sell it for thousands, right? But sometimes the materials are kind of weird and hard to get. So now what I'm going to do is show you exactly how to make millions of Dosh by crafting a very, very simple item. Right. Now, let me know in the comments if you guys know of an item that's a little bit more efficient, but this is one that I was told by my friend Nami, which was a really good way of making some easy money. So let's jump into it. So it's going to be requiring you to go into your guild shop right over here and going over to Marco's shop. Now, typically Marco has a 4th option on the side over here called delivery. And by doing those deliveries, you're going to do the shop rating and actually boost the number of stars. Now, go through, do the first couple of them. I believe it's going to be 2-star ratings. And then once you do so, he's going to expand his shop and offer so many more recipes. As you can see, I purchased all of them, but you don't necessarily have to do that. The one that you really want to do is the white woolly sticker. So if you go over there, rank up your star rating to 2-star, you'll be able to see this white woolly sticker available for you. If it's not there, then rank up to 3-star and then you'll see it. So it's in one of those stars. I don't remember which one exactly, but nonetheless, the concept is the same. White woolly sticker is going to be super easy because the ingredients for it are going to be dirt cheap and you can stock up on them. So there's only 3 ingredients needed, and you're going to need to be able to make red paint. So that's going to be the artist life. So anyway, head on over to Marco's shop, head on over to the materials, and then page down all the way over to the red anthurium. As you can see over here, red anthurium costs about 30 Dosh a piece. I already own 999 of them for the tutorial, so that's roughly around 30,000 Dosh. Of course, if you already sold a bunch of your weapons, you can easily have upwards to 100,000 Dosh waiting around for you. So anyway, max out red and thurium because we're going to be crafting as much as we can. The next thing that you're going to want is going to be the desert log. Again, I have 999. They cost 50 Dosh a piece. So 999, that's approximately 50,000 Dosh. Our last ingredient is going to be right over here with the sheep fleece. Again, 50 Dosh a piece. I've got all of them maxed out, and that costed me roughly 50,000. So those three items, to get them to 999, is roughly around 130 Dosh. Now, you don't necessarily need 130 Dosh to start out with. You can do 50 of each of those. You can do 100 of each of those. You're going to be fine, but you're going to get maximum profit the more you do. So here we go. Going through, we want to be able to craft the red paint. So head on over this way. Red paint is over here. It only costs the 3 red and thurium in order to do so, but you can go over here and change it to 99. So by doing so, it's really going to take 297 of them. We had 999. So we're gonna have to do this mini game literally 3 times. So bear with me, we're gonna knock it out. And as you can see over here, the recommended is 100. We're at 1200 crafting. So this is literally the fastest way of doing it. Of course, doing these crafting mini games is a little annoying after you've done it hundreds of times, but if your skill stat is high enough, you can get to 100% so much faster. Anyway, since we got a perfect over here, this is great. So we literally just tried to do that. We got a large haul, we got 248 of them. So the more you do, the faster you do it, the higher the skill stat you have, you'll be able to get a lot more. So just don't do auto craft. You want to be able to do 99 in batches along the way. So here we go. As you can see, we're going to do it again. It's going to be so simple. I have to just do one mini game because my crafting stat is very, very high. And there we have it. Boom. We're going to make another large haul. We only paid for like a fraction of that. Right, we pay for 99 of it, and they gave us literally 150% more. So that's great. So here we go. We're gonna do the exact same thing. I will craft as much as we can. You can go to 99. There is going to be a limit, an upper limit of how much of this red paint you can get. So you can see over here, we have another 248. That's it. Cool. Access items were converted into Dosh over here. So yeah, you can totally kind of min-max how much you want. But for this tutorial, we're going to just make sure that we have 999 available. So there we have it. Boom, done. We've got 999 of the paint. Now I told you to go purchase that white woolly sticker, right? So as you can see over here, it really is only 1 red paint, 1 desert log, and 1 sheep fleece. And we're going to be able to craft that super easily. So it's going to be the exact same concept. Going through, crafting batches of 99 for them. Now remember, we're paying for 99, but we're going to get a whole bunch more. So here we go. We're gonna do the mini game with my skill stat. I believe I'm gonna be able to do the mini game just twice and finish it out. Yeah, 1 completion of a mini game gives me 77%, so that's gonna be perfect. So remember, we pay for 99. Now we're gonna be jumping in and getting 248 of these stickers. So literally, yeah, 150% more. That's great. Yeah, wow. I'm gonna click on craft again, and then we're gonna keep on going. Love that. So here we go. It's the exact same thing. Do 2 mini games worth, and I hope that your skill stat is good enough that you can get excellence and you can get a perfect at the very end, because that's what you want. If you get a great work or a good work, you're not going to get 150 more, right? Like that's what I'm really trying to tell you. So anyway, you're going to be able to do this literally 4 times, and then you can go ahead and sell off the access ones, right? Because you're going to be able to get 248, which is roughly, you know, 250, and then add that times 4, then that's going to be roughly around 1,000. So do this mini game 4 times, and then just be out of here, because I haven't really checked out what the sold for excess Dosh is. But anyway, yeah, we're going to do it a couple more times. Here we go. Check this out. And also by doing this, we're getting a ton of experience too, about 25,000 a piece. So white woolly sticker, there we go. So boom, done, done, done. So taking a look, I'll actually choose the recipe one more time and just show you what our quantity is for that. Here we go. White woolly sticker. We have 994, which is exactly what we wanted. We did 4 batches of that. So as you can see over here, we're going to go over to Marco or any person to sell. If you go over to your items right over this way, let's see. or objects. No, it's materials. Yeah, white woolly sticker. Here it is. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to click on down. And then as you can see over here, selling 994 is going to give us 397,000 gold just for doing that, right? Look how easy that is. So we're just going to click on sell. And then there we have it. Boom. We got 397, so roughly around 400,000. So if you take a look at it, you take a look at the cost, you subtract 130,000 off of that. Yeah, you're making some pretty big bank. So now all you have to do is do the exact same thing. You have a ton more money to go through with this one. So as you can see over here, we're going to jump in. You're going to craft the remainders of all of your ingredients. Now remember, we still have 603 of all of this. So that being said, yeah, let's go through and craft and see exactly what we get. Okay, so here we are. After crafting 999 of all of our white woolly stickers, including all of the extras that we got, remember? So 397,000 for the first batch of 999, 397,000 for the second batch, and then we had a remainder of about 519 of the leftover and extras, selling for 207,000. That equates to literally 1 million Dosh. I'm gonna sell it right now. And as you can see over here at the very beginning of this tutorial, I was literally around 400,000, and now I've just added 1 million to it. So do you necessarily need all that money in the game? Probably not. Will it make the game a lot easier? Yes. What do you do with the money now? Well, I would highly suggest going over to any of the different areas and buying out the shop's recipes, right? So if you go to Eternia Village, if you head over to any of the restaurant has some recipes, the Blacksmith's Guild has some recipes, all of these different places, if you go to the markets, the tool shops, all of these places have a tab for recipes. So head on over there. Luxurious Shop has some really cool ones. Head on over to all these different places in the world, not the inn, of course, but you'll be able to find all sorts of recipe tabs. Buy them, have fun. Now you're going to not have to worry about decorating your island with super expensive stuff because you have all the money to buy it now. So anyway, I'm very, very excited for it, but that's going to be our tutorial. Let me know if it helped you get to 1 million. This literally took me about 10 to 15 minutes to go through and craft all that stuff. So hey, you know what? That's not too bad to pay the price and not be able to worry about anything else regarding money in fantasy life. If this video helped you out, be sure to hit that like button, share the video with a friend so that you can make your other fantasy life friends as rich as you are. And of course, subscribe for even more. I'll catch you guys live and we'll see you on the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.